As the UConn Huskies prepare to tip off in their 13th straight Elite Eight appearance, let's dive into tonight's matchup against the defending national champions, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Welcome into the ADN studio. I'm Haley Outen. The Huskies have won the last 10 regional finals they've competed in, and ironically, their last loss in a regional final came to an SEC team, LSU, and that was back in 2007. However, this matchup will be a familiar one, as the Huskies had no trouble on the road against the Gamecocks earlier this season, bringing an 83-58 win back to Storrs. South Carolina is no slouch, though, as they are the lone team that has handed Mississippi State its only loss this season, coming in the SEC championship game. For this UConn group, the result from early February is a game of the past, knowing that competing in March is a brand new ballgame.
One thing that was brought up yesterday is that we like to think that we are not the same team that played in February, just as any team in this tournament is not the same team that was playing in February. So every game that we go into, every practice that we go into, every scout session, it's a matter of what do we have to do for the game in front of us. Trying not to think back on what happened last time, understanding that everybody gets better as the season goes on, and it should be a good game either way.
UConn will have its hands full with South Carolina forward Asia Wilson. Wilson is arguably the best player in the country and gives the Huskies its first inside force they'll see in the tournament.
I think they do a good job of pressure within the full court. They get out, they use their length and their athleticism to their advantage. And as well, they try to use their inside game as much as possible. Obviously, they have a talented front court and they try to work very well together, but I have a lot of faith in our front court to help that out.
Last time out against South Carolina, UConn knocked down 41% of its shots, including 11 of 27 from beyond the arc, with 4 players reaching double figures. So far in the NCAA tournament, forward Nafisa Collier has carried the majority of the scoring load for the Huskies, leading her team the past 2 games.
We do have a somewhat of a balanced team, and we have players that are capable of carrying us for stretches. I don't know that we have anyone that is going to be asked to do it the whole game and carry a bigger load than anybody else. Most of the games that we've won, really good games this year, have been team efforts. There hasn't been, one player. Maybe that's why nobody's talking about any of our players being National Player of the Year. We've relied more on our team than any particular individual.
While UConn is 6-0 all-time in the series against South Carolina, this is amazingly their first time ever meeting in the NCAA tournament. A win would punch the Huskies' ticket to its 11th straight Final Four.
There's no games you ever play at Connecticut where the pressure's not on you. And to me, those teams that sit up here and those players that sit up here and go, there's no pressure on us, we have nothing to lose. Yeah, you do. You're going to lose the game tomorrow if you talk like that. And most really good coaches and really good players, they don't try to avoid the pressure. They don't pretend it's not there. It's there. And it's especially there at Connecticut. It's there the day you sign your letter of intent. It's there the day you show up on campus. It's there every day in practice and every game you play. And there's no getting around that. So when you get to a game like tomorrow, this idea, people's mind, we're playing the defending national champions. Yeah, we won 12 of those. So everywhere we go, when people play us, we're playing Connecticut. That's what our kids live with every day. And the interesting part about it is they manage to be great in that environment.
You can catch UConn tonight in the Elite Eight against South Carolina. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. From the American Digital Network studio, I'm Haley Outen.